What's going on, guys? Chandler from Grapple-Sauce here. Now, as we reach the end of 2023 and we get to that World's End pay-per-view that, as of recording, is tomorrow, very exciting, the bidding war of 2024 is a story that was kind of dropped and forgotten about, but it's something that I still care about, and I mean, reportedly, the main character of this bidding war is not signed back with AEW yet, so let's talk about it, but let's be a little controversial, shall we? I got 5 reasons why MJF should or could go to WWE at the start of the new year. Let's go. Number 5. Now, Maxwell Jacob Friedman will not be the first AEW talent to make his way back across the pond, or for the first time across the pond. Our first big person was, of course, Cody Rhodes. He went back at night 1 of WrestleMania 38 last year. Then, of course, you had Jade Cargill signed earlier this year in the summer. CM Punk returned in November. So there's been precedence for it, and I mean, the way they've presented all 3 of these people. I know Jade Cargill hasn't really been on TV, but Cody Rhodes got to main event a Mania. He got to go to the Rumble. I think, Roman Reigns is his own basket case, and that's why Cody may not have won, but he still got there. He's still seen as the John Cena type. He got a rub from John Cena without beating him. That's pretty good. Jade Cargill is seen as a massive star, and I kind of hope is able to be in the Rumble this year. I'd love to see her, but they knew who she was. At least WWE knew who they had on their hands with Jade Cargill. They see her as a star, and they want to push her in their women's division. Then, of course, CM Pepsi, Mr. Phil, his return has been excellent, even though he hasn't been able to do much, but he's had some good promos. He's been, he hasn't been an AEW talent or AEW level of Punk that we might have expected or wanted, but he's still been good. He's still been fine. So I think MJF will see that and go, well, maybe I want to get in on that. Maybe I'm doing well in AEW for where I'm at, but I could go over there and make more money, which we might get into later. Spoilers. Number 4. One of the reasons why Jade Cargill went and made the jump to WWE is because she wants to potentially do things outside of wrestling, whether that be acting or modeling or whatever. She wants to branch out and do more than just wrestling, which doesn't seem to be the case for MJF. But again, that's still a major... When you're talking about a star on the level of Max, you kind of have to consider something like that. Like, what if he does want to get into movies in 10 years? Not 5 years, not 2 years, but 15 years from now, if he wants to get into movies, hey, this is a former WWE champion. That means something to the normie, to the casual fan. Of course, that might not mean much to us pro wrestling fans, but you got to think WWE is a very casual audience. Look at how much they've beloved CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. They've ignored everything they've done. For them, it's just, oh, Cody Rhodes from 10 years ago has come back. Oh, CM Punk from 10 years ago has come back. They may or may not know about AEW. They may or may not know about what they've done. So it's a potential plus for Max. Number 3. Now this one is just a little personal for me, but I know I'm not the only one feeling it. And again, this is more like theorizing. This isn't like concrete. People are booing. MJF is depressed. Like, I'm just kind of thinking of ideas. MJF is this big baby face right now, and it's been pretty good, but there's been ups and there's been downs. I kind of blame that more on the story, less so Maxwell's delivery, because he's always fantastic, but it's the stories he's involved in haven't been great, and so he could kind of see potentially the writing on the wall, or maybe he could look at someone like Cody Rhodes, where the crowd's turned on him in a huge way in AEW, and maybe he wants to kind of avoid that. Like, he can smell it coming. He can tell that they're going to have this big backlash that Cody Rhodes had in his time in AEW. And again, he's going to look at AEW and go, well, or he's going to look at Cody Rhodes in WWE and he's going to go, well, it kind of doesn't matter what he's doing. He just lost in the main event of Mania and he's still beloved by the fans. So if I go over, I mean, he could do his heel shtick and I think he'd still be loved. He could do his face shtick and he'd be loved as much, or even maybe a little less, but he'd be loved like Cody Rhodes. So maybe potentially MJF is kind of seeing the writing on the wall with his AEW creative, and what if he wants to try something completely new? That'd be shocking. I think the MJF character really works, whether it's heel or face, but who knows? And it'd be a little bit easier to do it in a new brand than AEW. But yeah, who knows? Number 2. Now, I mentioned this guy's name before, but I'm bringing him back up again because I feel like this is a little bit more important, a bit more vital to the story and character of MJF. CM Punk is in WWE, and CM Punk and MJF have unfinished business in kayfabe. Now, of course, we want to see the ending of that story, but a booker would see that and go, oh, that's a lot of money. And so would Max, and so would CM Punk. And, I mean, with the waste of CM Punk and the Elite, if you can do any AEW feud and finish it, why wouldn't you want to, like, finish the Maxwell and CM Punk feud? You'd have to have one of them have a title, but could you imagine? This is, like, such out there fan booking, like, so don't think this is happening, guys. But Pepsi Man beats Seth at Mania for the title, right? And then Max comes out, and oh, there you go. There it is. There's your real world champ against the devil again. Wouldn't that be neat? Wouldn't that be interesting? And the only place you can do that is WWE. Now, do I think CM Punk is talking to Max and saying, dude, you should come over because we can do this feud? No. I'm just saying that's a potential reason. It's a big reason is, you know, I think in all of wrestling with feuds, of Maxwell and CM Punk potential blow-off is one of the biggest matches you can build right now. So I think that would be cool. Number 1 is a cop-out. It's money. Maxwell Jacob Friedman loves money. And so WWE will sign him the biggest check. I don't know if you guys know this, but WWE did a little merger. And I know this isn't all just like, here's a check for who you can sign, WWE. Sign yourself some Bill Goldberg. Sign yourself some... No. But that merger was $21.4 billion. I'm covering it. $1 billion. You see that? Do you see that number there, guys? I don't know how you don't look at a talent like MJF, especially WE, and go, here you go. Here's like $40 million. I know that's a crazy amount. I don't even know if that's probably way too fucking much, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like, I think like the biggest contracts I can remember are like Lesnar's. Those are like $11 million a year. Maybe Cody Rhodes is something similar, but you kind of need to like look at MJF. Like, this is what he's building himself. He's building himself to make a lot of money, whether from WWE or AEW. So yeah, I think WWE has a lot of money to spend, and I think that's your number 1 reason why Maxwell Jacob Friedman could or should go to WWE. What do you think? I know personally, just speaking from the other Grapple-Sauce guys, they don't really want Max to leave, and I don't blame them. They're more AEW fans than WWE. I'm a spoiled kid. I watch both, so I want him to be in both. But if I had to pick, I'd probably go with WWE because he's still young. He's only like 26 or 27. He's got time on the clock, so he could work a 3 or 5 year long contract, get a couple titles under his belt, and go, well, AEW is more creatively freeing, and yeah, I might not have been at as big as stadiums, or I might not have been as big at TV deals, but I think it's, he wants to go back. But let us know what you think in the comments down below. Leave a like, subscribe. It's all free. You can take it back, but you won't because the content is worth it. And yeah, just let us know who you think is the devil too, because I'm back on Jack Perry. I'm always on my Jack Perry shit. Cry me a river.
I believe that you're way out of your depth in this matter. So the next time that you want to come in here and tell me what I'm doing wrong, you are welcome to keep it to yourself. Because I don't care.